the wonderful world of YouTube was going to be a big no-no for me today, but I have extenuating circumstances that are very exciting that have allowed me to make an exception to my own rule. I wasn't even going to turn on my laptop today, but I got done with my composition class and was laying down to take about a 20-minute power nap. I had an hour before my next class, and a few minutes before I was going to actually get out of bed, my mother called me and informed me that my niece did not have a baby. She's 4. My sister had her baby this morning. The baby was not due until sometime next month. He is only 6 pounds, but he's 6 pounds and a few ounces, but he's very healthy. And actually, it turned out to be amazing that he was born so early, just naturally. Sarah called my mom at about 2 o'clock this morning and said, "Mom, my water broke." And Mom's answer was, "Are you sure?" But they got to the hospital. Baby was born completely healthy, and here's the catch. Sarah, first of all, has horrible back problems. She hurt her back very badly just before she got pregnant. She has a tear in the lining of her spinal cord and a bulging disc. So getting pregnant was not exactly the best physical thing that could have happened to her, and the doctor was a little bit worried she wouldn't be able to have a natural childbirth. But with the small baby, it was much easier on her. She only had to push once, so that was awesome. And sometime between this morning and his last checkup, the baby had managed to get a knot tied in his umbilical cord, and it was wrapped around his neck. So had he been born much later, he could have died or had serious brain damage. That's the umbilical cord around his neck would keep blood from getting to the brain, as well as the knot in the umbilical cord. So it actually ended up being a huge blessing all around that he was born so early. He is perfectly healthy, but a little bit small. There is no name yet. It's a boy, as I said. There's no name yet because that is the father, Matthew's, decision. And unfortunately, as I suggested, there being problems with my sister, her relationship with Matthew is very, very complicated at this point in time. Some icky stuff going on that's a little bit of a downer on the whole baby being born. I'm really worried, but we'll worry about that later. Not long after the baby was born, Matthew cleared everybody out of the room and said, "Sarah and I need a moment," so we'll see what happens. Pretty convinced that Sarah and Matthew aren't going to be working things out, but we'll see what happens. But that bad stuff aside, incredibly exciting news. The baby is born early, perfectly healthy. There were risks involved that we just found out about, where he could have been born with a lot of problems, but because he was born soon enough and they were able to stop there from being any blood loss or anything like that, he is perfectly healthy. That's incredible. I have not hated being at school more than I do right now. I was not going to be going home this weekend, even though it's a 3-day weekend, but I'm going to attempt to find a way to do so now. It may mean not getting to go home on my birthday weekend, which is the weekend after this coming weekend, but I want to get home as soon as I can, see little baby while he's still tiny. That was baby talk, I'm sorry. I'm really annoyed at not having a bunch of friends here to tell. If Abby were here, we'd be in my truck right now, or her truck right now, and on our way up there. But, so I'm telling YouTube. Told one other person, we will affectionately refer to him as Stink Bomb. That's not nice. My ex and I, who are currently not speaking, because him and Sarah were always very close. Haley, my niece, is way too attached to him still. A year and a half after we broke up, she was still asking me where John is. She still does from time to time. Refers to him as her John. So I felt the need to inform him that the baby was born. Not have been really nice about it. I texted him and told him. He texted me back instead of the last text, which was something along the lines of, "I told you I never wanted to talk to you again. Have a nice life." He actually thanked me for telling him, and my reply wasn't incredibly nice. I said something along the lines of, "I'm not sure why I did. I really dislike you right now." I said it in those words. I didn't use anything stronger. "I really dislike you right now, but I'll tell them nicely that you said hi." That wasn't very nice of me, was it? Not very forgiving? I'll work on that. I was mad at myself for even having to obey the urge to tell him. But Once again, icky stuff out of the picture. I'll work on forgiving him. You got that. I'll be nice. I don't have to be nice. We're not speaking. And I'm good with that. So that's the only person I managed to tell yet. I'm going to call a couple of friends and my dad a little bit later, but I have to, go get ready for class now. I didn't have time to do this, but I'm so excited and I want to be home. Anyway, that's my good news in a long video to tell you short good news. So, yay!